So today we will proceed to verse 23. We are doing Bhagavad Gita chapter 4 verse 23. All his actions get dissolved entirely. Who is free from attachment, has no identification with the body and free from the feeling of mind, whose mind is established in the knowledge of self and who works merely for the sake of sacrifice. In this verse, a very important term has been introduced. This term is called sacrifice. So we are going to do a lot about sacrifice now, but first let us try to understand this verse. Any action that is a motivated action or an action which contains desires leads us to sin, leads us to further karma, and we get into another cycle of life, which means we get rebirths. Our aim in life is to get out of this cycle of rebirths, because this one birth itself is so miserable. Can you imagine a million births like this, where your misery is going to be multiplied? Why would anybody want to go through this torturous lifestyle? It is not important that you have to go through it. The problem arises when you get into different bodies. It is not that you are going to get a human body. You can get an animal, a bird, an insect or whatever. So that life itself is very painful. So when you do any karma, you are sanctioning yourself multiple lifetimes. So that you don't have multiple lifetimes, you need to wipe out these karmas, which means that you have to perform your duties without any attachment. Just because somebody is related to you, or you are going to get some benefit from the action that you are going to perform, an individual performs this action because of these attachments. An individual can say that I am going to get the benefit, I am going to earn a salary, I am going to get money, I am going to grow in my career, I will have a happy married life, I can be rich. All these kind of things which are there, which are connected to nothing but desire. A person may think that I want to have this. It is called a desire. If anything is connected to desire, it is also an attachment to the desire. Then this person is going to get trapped in the material world of karma and is going to be reborn. So you have to get out of this attachment, get out of this feeling that I want to do. The I is very important in our life, isn't it? I want to do this, I want to do that. Why is this I there? So get rid of this I. You are just a tool. Perform the action like a tool. Don't take onus of any or responsibility of any action. Which means something good happens, immediately you will say, oh, I did it. Why is it? And something bad happens, I didn't do it, somebody else did it. Yeah, of course, it's a very common phenomena with most of the people. They would rather point their fingers out to somebody else, because that person is doing the mistakes, not me. I am a good person. I don't do any mistakes. This is the problem. And that is the reason why we have to stay out of all these things. So, this says, no identification of the body, free from the feeling of mine, I, me, myself. This is my family. I want to do it for my family. I want to do it for my country. I want to do it for my religion. I want to do it for my political party. You know political parties, isn't it? So I belong to this party, I belong to that party. And then you want to perform actions for that party. This is my son. This is my daughter. These are the things that we keep on adding to our name. I belong to this place. This is my country. Well, that is not yours. You have started assuming it is yours. So, whose mind is established in the knowledge of the self. You are not the body. You are the self. Self is equal to God. When you have this understanding that if you are that great person, the great person called God, will you want to do something for yourself or will you do it for the world? It's very simple, isn't it? Human beings are selfish. They do everything for themselves. But when we don't get something, don't we go to God and we say, God, please give me this. So God gives you. Right? So God is giving to everybody. You are taking for everybody, from everybody. That is the difference. So when you understand that you are the self, you will do for others, not for your petty self. So, he works merely for the sake of sacrifice. Here the term sacrifice means he is doing it for others. You have to literally use your body for helping others. Yesterday somebody asked me a question. They said that this man is over 65 or 70 years old and yet he keeps on working day and night. He has continued working for the organization where he was. The organization is also happy with his work because he's a very, very, very big man. He runs a really massive enterprise. So the company says, you please come to work, and he works very diligently. He also goes to church. He also gives to the society whatever little that he can give. He donates to charity. So this person does all these things. So he should be a very spiritual person. So the question that was asked to me was, a person should lead a life like that. So then they can be called a spiritual person. My answer was simply, no. He is not a spiritual person. He is a Rajasic person. At the age of 65 or 70, if a person is continuing to work and slogging away day and night, even if it is for a country or a big company or whatever, person is not doing the job. If you remember the 4 stages of life, the 3rd stage of life is called Vanaprastha. This man is in the 4th stage of life, which is called Sannyasashram. If you are in a Sannyasashram and you are doing all these activities, you are surely going to hell. No heaven for you. Even if you go to church, even if you donate to charity, but who has asked you to do this? You are supposed to take retirement. You are supposed to be thinking of God. You are only supposed to be doing sacrifice for God alone. So the last stage of life is sannyas ashram. And before that is vanaprasthashram. That means you have to leave everything in this world. You are not supposed to be carrying your possessions with you. So don't carry your possessions. Go out. Your family is not the important thing. Your country, your company, and these are not the things which are very important. The most important thing is God. And yet this person doesn't have God in his life 24/7. And that is why he is not going to get what he wants. He can get a certain heaven, an Indra's heaven, for some time. And then he is going to get a return ticket back on earth. Your job is to become a sattvic person. So doing sacrifices is very important. What is the meaning of the word doing sacrifices? Well, in a simple terminology, sacrifice means working for others, doing something for others selflessly. You should not be taking salaries. You should not be earning money. You should be living on someone else, the world, the universe. It will take care of you. Whatever money that you have gathered, you're supposed to give it away. You're not supposed to be becoming a ruler of a country. You know, there was a ruler of a country, she lived for some 90 or 100 years. Such kind of a person are anyway going to go to hell. Not even normal hell, the worst hell of all. Because you are not supposed to be doing all these things. Your job is to go away, take retirement, go away, go and do your work. Doing sacrifice. Sacrifice simply means you should not be having any desires of your own. No desires. I want to build a house. I want to have properties. I want to have furniture. I want to have cars. I want this thing. I want to drink. I want to eat. I want to be merry. That is not something which is required after the age of 60 or 65. No. Take the name of God. Be a selfless human being. Work for the society. Help everybody. Be compassionate. Be loving. Be caring. Then only you will be granted this eternal thing called enlightenment, or you will get out of the cycle of birth and death. Understood? So this individual can get dissolved entirely if it doesn't have any attachment of any kind. Got it? Has no attachment of any kind, doesn't even identify with the body. He doesn't say, my name is so and so, I am this or I am that, I am the father of this or the grandfather of this. He's not supposed to say that. He's not supposed to say that, I am the grandmother, I have to take care of my house. No taking care of any houses. You are not supposed to be involved in any work. What makes you think that you should be involved in any work? You should do Jana Seva. Jana means people. Seva means sacrifice. Work for them. Work for the world. And public enterprise. That means you are literally a public enterprise. You are not a private person. You are not doing only for 10 people over there. You are supposed to work for the whole world. That is the idea. And why should you do it? Because you are representation of God. We are coming to the next verse where you will understand this. So we will move to the next verse. We are doing chapter 4, Bhagavad Gita, verse 24. In the practice of seeing Brahma everywhere in the form of sacrifice, Brahma is the ladle with which oblation is poured into the fire. Brahma again is the oblation. Brahma is the fire. Brahma itself is the sacrifice. So Brahma itself constitutes the act of pouring an oblation into the fire. And finally, Brahma is the goal to be reached by him who is absorbed in Brahma as an act of such sacrifice. Now you are going to wonder, what is it? Brahma, 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 Brahma. So, when I read this verse, all of you who have the book, can you tell me what is not Brahma? Nothing is. So, see the answer. Nothing. Answer is Brahma. Nothing is Brahma. Everything is Brahma. So, see, look at the answer. Brahma is nothing also. And everything also is Brahma. So, is there anything out of the ordinary that you can say is not Brahma? Well, everything is Brahma. I cannot eliminate something and say this is not Brahma. Well, even this hair is Brahma. Brahma means unmanifest. Brahma doesn't mean some Brahmaji, okay? Brahma and Brahma are two separate words. Brahma means the unmanifest. Brahmaji, the God, the person who is there, he is the creator. He is there, very much there. He's got some 5 heads. One head is chopped off. So, this idea that everything is Brahma should be known to you. So, the sacrifice. So, let us come to the word sacrifice. Human beings have this idea that, I am a parent and I want my children to do well in this world. So I am going to sacrifice myself, work hard in this world and give it to my children. So they work hard, earn money, educate their children. They think this is sacrifice. There is a brother and a sister. The sister doesn't eat the meal because there is no meal at home. She has a little food that is left. So she gives it to her brother and says, brother, you eat this. Now you may think this is called sacrifice. No. Sacrifice means offering everything that you have selflessly. What is it that you have then? If everything is Brahma, what is it that you have? Well, nothing belongs to you. So if nothing belongs to you, nothing is Brahma, no? Even that nothing belongs to Brahma. So then why are you taking onus of something? Do you get what I am saying? So, here Sri Krishna is giving an example of a sacrificial pit. It is called, that square thing, have you noticed? If you Google it and ask Google to show you some images of a sacrificial pit, okay, they do a yagya, a square thing. And you can see the sacrifice is happening in that square stuff. It's a raised brick kiln kind of a thing. So what do? You make a square with bricks and in that you put little twigs, okay? You put some little leaves and stuff like that and then you light a fire. Now for that fire to burn properly, you take a ladle you understand, and you pour ghee in it. Ghee is the one which helps that thing burn very nicely. This is diagrammatic representation. Use it in your brain. Just visualize it. Okay, somebody is doing this. So here he says, in the practice of seeing Brahma. See the way how these words are put. In the practice of seeing Brahma. That means you got to practice this. It is not there. You may think it is there. Everything is Brahma. Okay. Tomorrow I am going to eat Brahma also. Okay. Haagen-Dazs, ice cream, Brahma, Ben and Jerry. I am going to eat that. Ice cream. We are not talking of that. You are thinking, okay, this is Brahma. No. And all the bad stuff in the world, that is not Brahma according to you. No, everything is Brahma. So now let us see. He says, this example is given for you to understand. First, he says, you have to practice seeing this. There is nobody in this world who is going to tell you that this is not how it is. You have to keep on practicing. Yes, I can see Brahma everywhere. Brahma is God, okay? Unmanifest divinity. Brahma is God. I see God in everything. I see God in everything. I see God in everything. Everything is God. Everything is God. Everything is God. This is what you got to practice. Alright? So Brahma everywhere. In the form of a sacrifice. That means whatever sacrifice that I am going to do, that is also Brahma. He is there in the ladle. Just now I explained. You have to use the ladle to put the ghee. So using that ladle, or we call it a spoon or something like that. So put a long spoon, use that ghee and pour it. So Brahma again is the oblation. What you pour inside the ghee, or what is put inside that square where you are going to burn, all that is put inside is also, it's called an oblation, offering. So this oblation that is there is also Brahma. The ladle is Brahma, the ghee is Brahma, the oblation is Brahma. Then he says, the fire which burns is also Brahma. The fire which is burning is also Brahma. Fire itself is the sacrifice. So Brahma itself constitutes the act of pouring the oblations in the fire. So every action that you perform is nothing but Brahma. Alright? And finally Brahma is the goal. So what is the reason why you are doing all this? You are doing this for some reason. What is the reason? You are doing this for a certain reason. That reason is because you want to achieve something. You see, in the Indian mythologies, you will find that people perform this kind of sacrifice. They keep on saying all some kinds of words and some mantras and all, and performing the actions, and then at the end of it all, God stands in front of them. A very great divinity with golden color clothes and fair looking guy with a crown, and he's carrying one pot and he's having money and stuff like that, and he's going to bless you. This doesn't happen, but well, nobody can stop you from believing all this. So yeah, well, you can believe in all these things because you've seen some movies and somebody has told you, from the sacrifice comes a God, and this God is going to offer you something. So people keep on doing this sacrifice with an idea of getting something. That is what he's saying. A goal has to be reached. So you want something out of it. That goal also is Brahma. Who told you that is not Brahma? Okay. Who is absorbed in Brahma as the act of such sacrifice. So whoever is doing this action also, he has to be absorbed in Brahma. Om. That kind of thing? Yes. And then whatever the sacrifice that is done, all this stuff, including the background noise that is going on. There are lots of people who are interested in only eating. Right? People don't come for puja just for the heck of it. They are interested in knowing khane mein kya hai, what is there for eating. So those guys are also Brahma only. So don't worry, everything over there, including the pollution that is happening, the carbon dioxide, the carbon monoxide, the nitrous oxide, everything that is coming over there from the fire is also Brahma. Otherwise you will say, no, that is pollution. No, that is Brahma. Got it? So you cannot eliminate anything from this. Everything is Brahma. Got it? So this verse will tell you everything is Brahma. Now let us move to the next one. We are doing Bhagavad Gita chapter 4 verse 25. Other yogis duly offer sacrifice only in the form of worship to gods, while other perform sacrifice by offering the self itself in the fire of Brahma. So now he's just going to keep on talking like this. Okay. So just let me run through these verses to let you know. You can offer whatever you want. Don't offer notes because they can't get printed again. Okay? Otherwise tomorrow you will say, I will offer some notes. No, don't. Don't offer something which cannot be reproduced once again. Alright? People are very stupid. They will offer whatever they feel like. No. Well, whatever offering that you do, inside that fire, the sacrifice is very important. What is the sacrifice? Remember what I said? Sacrifice means giving something. Giving to the world. Giving to some place. What is it that is the sacrifice in our life? Eating is also a sacrifice. Are you putting some oblations in your mouth? Of course. Breathing also is a sacrifice. Okay? Yeah, I did like this. Yeah, digging your nose also is a sacrifice. Nobody says it is not. By seeing something also is a sacrifice. First thing in the morning I sit in front of this and I comb my hair. That is also a sacrifice. I am doing something to my hair. Everything that you do, the blood that is processing inside, the heart that is pumping, the stomach that is churning, the intestines that are working, the brain that is working of yours, the mind which talks so much, that is the highest running organ, I think. One day it is going to get very tired. So, overworked organ, mind. Well, that is also sacrifice. What you put in the mind, remember this. What you put in the mind, what does the mind do? It gives you the prasada. So in your mind says, I've got 2 kg extra weight, And you're telling yourself this, I put on weight, there's 2 kg extra weight, I got to lose weight. Mind says, yes, you got to lose weight. So you got to do some exercise. But I'm very tired right now. I can't do. Tomorrow I will do. Day after tomorrow I will do. I got to go to the gym. Gym must be not open just now. I should not go to the gym just now. Maybe I'll go tomorrow. Last time when I did 5 kilometers of walk. This time I'm going to take 6 kilometers of walk. Maybe 10 kilometers I should do. But before that I got to have my Apple Watch with me. So I will know how many steps I am doing. Well, just one input and so much is coming out of your mind. This is also the truth. What you give as an oblation to your mind also is called a sacrifice. Please understand this. So, yogis offer sacrifice only in the form of worship of gods. They don't do any other thing. They worship the gods. And what does a human being worship? Everything in the world except gods. So he will worship. Will you marry me? Ting! And he will give one ring to his girlfriend or whoever she is. And she will do, my God! All that kind of stuff she will do. Why? Sacrifice. See? He is doing his sacrifice. So he is literally like a goat, with the head kept over there. Now chop it. This is what it is all about. So sacrifice. He is doing a human sacrifice. Like that in this world, all sacrifices happen. So the yogi is not interested in the material worldly sacrifice. He is only interested in doing sacrifice for the gods. Okay? While others perform sacrifice for the self. They will say, my self is God's self. My self is God's self. This self belongs to God. This self belongs to God. You can do that also. I'll do 26, 27 and let us see. So chapter 4, Bhagavad Gita, verse 26. Others offer as sacrifice their sense of hearing into the fires of self-discipline. Other yogis again offer sound and other objects of perception in the fire of senses. How many of you do this? Nobody. You see, the only person who does it is called a dumb guy. Because he can't speak, no? He is offering his speech. No speech coming out. So, and who is the person who is offering sacrifice of ears? Somebody who is deaf. You people are not deaf also. You people are not dumb also. So every time when you hear something good, your mouth is going to do jabber, 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 jabber. So no sacrifice happens. Right? Sacrificing what you hear means, very simply, don't hear. Doesn't mean that you put some earplugs in your ear, okay? It means that whatever you hear doesn't reach the mind. Got it? So it is not earplugs, it is no reaction from the ear. You have offered your hearing to gods. God, you take away this hearing. I don't want to hear nonsense people speak. Got it? People around you speak utter nonsense. They'll say, did you hear about this government, what they are doing? Oh, did you hear about that train crash which happened? Did you hear about that moon, it exploded? What is it? Everything you keep on talking and hearing about it, don't hear. Can you shut your hearing? Can you shut your mouth? Can you shut even the listening aspect of it? Just listen to the word of God. Got answer? Can you listen to holy songs? So you will be single-pointedly only working on God. So sacrifice the sense of hearing into the fire of self-discipline. Self-discipline, do not hear nonsense. With self-discipline, you don't need to hear everything. You don't need to know everything which is happening around you. That gossip which happens, no need to know. Then, some offer sound and other objects of perception into the fire. Sound, anything that comes out of your mouth is called sound. You don't have to utter any words. Can you shut up? Finger on your lips. Like the teacher used to say, finger on your lips, keep quiet, shh, don't talk. So that can be offered as a sacrifice, self-sacrifice. Then, object of perception, hearing, touching, seeing, smelling. All these are perceptions. Why do you need to smell good stuff? No. Why do you need to do anything? By touching, feeling, oh, this cloth is very good, There's no need. Don't buy. All this you got to do. So, all these things have to be offered to God. Sacrifice it. Don't need to get involved in this action. I think we will stop over here.